Mining difficulty and hash rates. As the original cryptocurrency, Bitcoin's creator, the pseudonymous Satoshi Nakamoto, envisaged a system where its value was dictated by the efforts required to preserve the blockchain's integrity. This is what mining is. It is the efforts of computers to ensure that all the information on the blockchain is trustworthy and correct. To do this, those computers solve complex maths puzzles. For this work and to recompense the money it costs to do so, miners are rewarded with the currency itself. Put simply, hash rate is a metric charting the amount of computer processing power being dedicated to solving those puzzles on a specific blockchain at a given time. In proof-of-work systems, like Ethereum and Bitcoin, a single hash represents a mining rig attempting to guess the 64-digit hexadecimal solution to complex cryptographic puzzle. This answer, when married to the transaction information waiting to be verified, will confirm the block currently being processed as genuine and committed to the blockchain forevermore. Guessing the solution correctly means the owner of the machine responsible receives the requisite block reward, which is how miners make a profit. For Bitcoin, that means a hefty reward of 12.5 BTC is handed to a successful miner approximately every 10 minutes. For Ethereum, the reward is much less, 2 ETH, but blocks are confirmed at between 13 to 20 second intervals. Only the successful miner of any given block gets a reward. Everyone else moves on to guessing the next block empty-handed. But back to hash rate. As a stat, it can be used to represent the computing power of a single mining machine, a multi-rig mining farm, a large mining pool, or the processing power dedicated to an entire cryptocurrency blockchain. The more powerful a mining machine is, the more hashes per second it can churn out. Some of the best machines can work in the range of 20 th/s, terahashes per second. Thus, the more hashes a second a miner can throw at the cryptographic problem, the more chance they will mine the block and be rewarded. Competition is high, however, with more and more powerful computers dedicated to mining Bitcoin especially. This means the odds of any one given machine mining a block are astronomical and getting higher. Ultimately, this means the mining game becomes one of balancing the cost of creating vast amounts of computing power against the value of the Bitcoin's many exahashes of computing power will earn over time. You may wonder if ever more powerful machines are being dedicated to the proof-of-work puzzles of a blockchain. Why Bitcoin's and Ethereum's blocks aren't simply mined in ever quicker time. That's down to a self-correcting algorithm all such blockchains have, known as its mining difficulty. Such algorithms essentially control the range within which the possible answer needed to confirm the block could be, making it more or less easy to match and speeding up or slowing down the process. Bitcoin's algorithm alters the mining difficulty every 2016 blocks, roughly every 2 weeks, based on the hash power pointed at the network since the previous adjustment. This helps ensure the average time between blocks stays within parameters. This also means the distribution of the finite supply of Bitcoin can be controlled in a predictable manner. For example, it is easy to predict that the next halving of mining rewards, which will see the amount of Bitcoin handed as a reward reduced from 12.5 BTC per block to 6.25 BTC, will happen in mid-May 2020. These two systems, in unison, hold the power of cryptocurrency. Cryptography is at the heart of the trustless system proof-of-work creates, and the built-in algorithms and finite supply keeps mining profitable and competitive enough to underpin and secure the network, at least for the bigger cryptocurrencies like ETH and BTC. It is a self-balancing, elegant system that many see as the revolutionary innovation of crypto, one designed explicitly to upend our existing system of money that relied on trust in third parties such as banks and governments. Just one more consideration in this section though. Those electricity costs, and calculating if your investment is giving you a Worthwhile reward. Once you know the possible average returns you'll receive for your mining effort based on your hash rate and the mining difficulty of the blockchain you've decided to point it at, it then becomes possible to calculate your mining effort's chances of profitability. Essentially, this comes down to an equation with two other variables: the infrastructure and energy costs you're going to incur to run your setup, and the value of the cryptocurrency at the time you decide to sell it. The latter, of course, is the X factor that it's fiendishly difficult to predict. Raw power is a vital ingredient of successful cryptocurrency mining. The more you have, the more successful your mining operation is likely to be. It's often said, for the sake of an analogy, that crypto mining is like buying a lottery ticket. There's no guarantee you're going to get a winner, but the more tickets you have, the greater the chances of you getting a good reward for your investment. There's something to that, and it's also very true that the hardest way to mine cryptocurrency is if it's just you paying for your hardware from scratch. You're going to need to spend a fair amount of money to be able to compete where the most popular coins are concerned. With Bitcoin in particular, it's hard to understate just how intense the competition is and how high the odds are of mining many coins. But then let's go back to the lottery analogy. In the case of this example, the prize is one Bitcoin block. When the solution to that block is found, Bitcoin is generated and awarded to whoever cracked it. If that's just you with one machine attempting to mine that block, the chances that you'll be the one who finally cracks it open are incredibly remote. You're buying one single lottery ticket when the odds are heavily stacked against you. However, say you pool your mining with others. Then, all of the resources with that given pool are directed at solving that one particular block. That lots and lots of you are all trying to crack it at the same time. And you're all on the same side. Here, you're now part of a lottery syndicate. Just to stretch that analogy a little further, that your odds of success have now greatly increased. But that's countered by the fact that you'll have to split the winnings if you're successful. That's the essence of solo versus pool mining. That said, it's not quite that clear-cut. There are different ways that pool mining rewards its contributors. For instance, to try and mitigate less scrupulous miners tagging along at the last minute to try and claim a share of spoils. There's been contention over the payout approaches of some pools, and also, users are generally charged a fee to become part of a pool in the first place. Furthermore, you're surrendering technical control. If there's a service problem, whilst it won't be up to you to solve it, you are going to be affected by it, and you're powerless to do anything about it, save for outright leaving said pool. How to mine Bitcoin? The first step with any cryptocurrency mining process is to get a wallet. There are a host of options for Bitcoin miners. The first of these especially interesting to those with an ethical imperative to support the Bitcoin ecosystem being to install the Bitcoin core and dedicate resources to becoming a full Bitcoin node. That's not for the faint-hearted or non-technical, but will offer those with a mind to do it with a warm glow that they're helping to secure and support their crypto of choice. If you want a simpler solution, there are a host of online wallet choices or hardware solutions such as the Nano Ledger USB storage devices dedicated to the task. It will take a little research to decide which option best suits your needs and security requirements. If you are working with your own hardware, what we'll also need to research is which mining software you are going to use. This may depend on your choice of pool, or whether you are working with a GPU or ASIC-based system. Whichever option you've taken, it will pay to double-check the maths regarding cost versus reward, and deciding whether the venture should be profitable before investing. If you have, then there are multiple options, depending on whether you feel comfortable with CLI or require a GUI. Top choice for the former remains CG Miner, but that can be given a GUI when used in conjunction with the software Easy Miner. There are Mac and Linux specific options out there too. Again, a little research is required regarding your specific needs. For a simple, easy-to-apply solution, you could look at Qto Miner's dedicated CutOS operating system for crypto mining, or its desktop client for Windows, Mac and Linux, which will walk users through the setup and get them mining multiple cryptos, including Bitcoin, with multiple payment options into their Qto account's online wallet. How to mine ETH. As with Bitcoin, you'll need an Ethereum wallet in which to store your coins. You could download the official Ethereum wallet and Mist software, turning your machine into a full Ethereum node. While that offers the most in the way of support for the cryptocurrency's ecosystem as a whole, it comes with the downside of having to download the entire Ethereum blockchain, a demand that considerably slows and adds to storage demands. MyEther Wallet (MEW) is a simpler option, which can be accessed via browser using the company's own MetaMask powered browser extension. Once you have a secure wallet, you will need mining software. Claymore, ETH Miner and Phoenix Miner have become the three main options in the last few years. All of them demand some knowledge of command line interface to get running, with none offering a GUI that less tech-savvy computer users will be accustomed to. Claymore has long been respected as the go-to choice for most people who are happy to deal with a CLI-based system setup. Respected for the control it offers over the hardware tweaking and its multi-coin mining capabilities, though the latter feature has become somewhat superfluous as ASIC mining has grown in recent times. Phoenix Miner is seen by some as a more efficient and stable option, while ETH Miner is a low-resource code that can be used to mine any ETH hash-based crypto, such as Ethereum Classic, ETC, and Metaverse, ETP. All have extensive online communities dedicated to their use, if you want to dive in and get technical. If you don't, Qto Miner's client can handle all of the setup in a simple and attractive user interface. Top tips for miners. We've covered the basics to get you up and running. Here, then, are a few extra tips to help you get the most from your cryptocurrency mining. Do your maths. There are umpteen variables when it comes to mining cryptocurrency, from the coins you mine to the investment you put into your operation. Do a bit of homework, though. How much is your likely electricity expenditure? How much can you realistically mine in a month? Which coin or token will give you the best return? Be willing to change your plan. If you've put all your stock into mining Bitcoin, and it's proving too competitive, then target your efforts elsewhere. If your plan isn't working, just change a few things and see if that makes a difference for you. It's more than just Bitcoin. Inevitably, given its price, most people focus their energies on mining Bitcoin. Yet it's also the most competitive coin to mine. Look for a coin where the market is less crowded. You'll make less per coin mined, but your chances of cracking one are a lot better. Keep your eye, for instance, on the Crypto Compare website, and look out for coins that are quietly on the up. Don't work alone. Get involved with online communities and exchange ideas, tips, and market insights. You may too find a bunch of people you want to pool your mining resources with, which might just be to the benefit of you all. On that point, if you can, spread your financial exposure. The most expensive way to mine cryptocurrency is as an individual investing in your own equipment. Yet there are lots of options out there to help mitigate the risk. Pool mining, for instance, or cloud services, all reduce your upfront costs. Then, when you're more confident and feel you've found your feet, look at investing in hardware yourself. Even though it may not be the most economic option, don't panic. The crypto market is a volatile one, in large part down to its infancy and susceptibility to knee-jerk reactions from governments around the world. That, in turn, means prices can lurch around a lot. There may be periods of time where it's simply uneconomical to mine crypto, for instance, if prices fall dramatically. Watch the market and be willing to jump in and out if needs be. If your plan isn't working, just change a few things. Please subscribe to this channel and give the great like to this video.